Hello friends, we are back with this week's plan with me. We are doing the week of August 4th. I used this printable kit from Pink Planner Shop. I think it's pronounced Arakis. Probably should have looked that up before I started, but either way, here we are. Excuse me, here we are. We do not have any foil. I did create this kit didn't have a whole lot of full box options, so I did print, or maybe it did and I just missed them, I don't know. But I did just make a little quote box. It says, "The mystery of life isn't a problem to solve, but a reality to experience." And I literally just laid it over the glitter headers. I don't know if you can see that, but I could see it on the screen, which means you probably could see it. So I did not use any foil for this week, so I'm going to have to kind of be careful when I lay down these stickers and things, but we will survive. It's okay. There's a hair on that. It is currently September the 7th. I am trying to get some videos filmed because I was looking at my YouTube studio and like all the content I have uploaded and ready to go, and I literally have today's video scheduled and that's it. So basically I need to get my you-know-what together and film some videos so that I can like actually have content so you guys can see that. So the 4th, August the 4th, we were coming back from Gen Con. So Gen Con was over. It ended on Sunday technically. And let's think back to what happened the week prior. So it's funny because this is actually the video that's going live, of course, today. So Sunday, slept like shit, Gen Con day 4. I was so annoyed. Just read and chilled out during my break. We helped at Teardown, had some drinks at the hotel, played a game called Nanatori Dory, I think is how you say it, and then I played Mythical Dice with my 2 friends that I was rooming with, and then we were up super late because we were playing games and trying to pack and get ready to go. So Monday, slept like shit again, and then we had to pack up and head home, which sucked. It was just like, there's nothing worse than like the day after you get back from Gen Con, or the day after a convention ends, and you're just like so upset because it's over, and you know you have to go back to reality and stuff. And oh, there goes gravity. I'm sorry. But yeah, so it sucked, but we survived. So yeah, on Monday, slept like shit. We did pack up, load the truck, excuse me. We left. It was funny because everybody else was like, oh, like, because we were all talking about how much we missed our dogs and stuff. And I was like, oh, I can't wait to get home and see the dogs and blah, 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 blah. And I get home, and if I can, I will attempt to insert a picture here of the situation. They sniffed me for like 2 seconds, and then they were just like, where have you been? What is all these new smells? So anyways, we headed home. I came home. Like I said, the dogs didn't super give a shit I was home. But that's okay. I laid that down crooked, and now it's just going to be, it's okay. So yeah, we came home. Like I said, the dogs really didn't care that I was home. We did laundry, and then sorry, that was like weirdly stuck to the, I did my laundry, washed my blanket that I had taken with me, and then I got to unbox my new games. I was super excited about that. I didn't unbox anything while we were still there because we didn't play any of my games, so I just left it. And then I was just exhausted, so I think I slept quite late the next day. Just because, yeah, I was exhausted. But it's okay. So Tuesday, I woke up first thing and put in an application, and I'm trying to remember which application this was. I wonder if I wrote down specifically. I did not. This may have been the day I put in the application to the place that I'm actually working at now, so because okay, hang on a minute, let's think here. What does these scripts say? I think it was, honestly. Yes. This was the day I put in an application for the job that I actually ended up getting. Spoiler alert, you guys will see. So the next week is the interview day, and then that Thursday I found out. So a week from Monday I got an interview, and then Thursday I found out I got the job. I didn't start for 2 weeks, but that's okay. That is okay. But yes, so Tuesday, put in an application. I helped with the dishes, and I just had a nasty headache. I think because I was just so tired. And then I did end up taking a nap, just because my headaches get sometimes to the point where it's just like, you know what? We're done. I'm tired of being in misery or miserable or whatever you want to say. So I just ended up taking a nap, as one does. I, at the time, had the freedom to do so. Not so much anymore, but that's okay. So, yes. Oh, icons. Let me get my notes here. So, closed. That's, I don't know where that's from. That's from GP Sticker Studio. That's Make Plans. That's Danny Faith Designs. That is from Tiny Little Tulip, and then that is from Sweet Tea Plans. Here on Tuesday, the application girl is from PMD Print and Plan. The dishes icon is from the Sticker Genie. As far as I can tell, that shop is closed. The little headache, that is Etchy from PMD Print and Plan. I apologize for how poorly you can not see the headache there, but It is what it is. Like I said, I took a nap. That is from a shop that is closed. And then I did finish my laundry. The sticker is from Nightingale Paper Co. And then I finished unpacking like just all of the other random stuff, bathroom stuff, makeup, all of that. And that is from Mick Plans, who is unfortunately closed. Tuesday, woke up with another headache. But I did end up going with my mother to a farm stand, and then we also stopped at a grocery store because we wanted to, of course, get some fresh produce. My niece had gone home the day prior, so we were able to kind of expand our eating options a little bit, because, you know, my stepdad, but it is what it is with that. And then I tried this day to learn Galactic Cruise. So Galactic Cruise is a pretty heavy worker placement type of game in which you are basically, you play as somebody who is trying to become the CEO of this company called Galactic Cruise that... so instead of doing like cruise, like a boat cruise ship, they do cruises in space. And so what you're doing basically is trying to create rocket ships, like, you know, the cruise ships with sort of entertainment. So you have all of these different tiles that represent different things that your people can do. But you have to be careful with who you put into the cruise because only certain visitors are different. Visitors or like cruise passengers or whatever you want to call them. They only like certain things. So based on the color that they are, they only like certain activities. Which the nice thing is the activity tiles are the same color. But, yeah, so you're trying to, like, you're trying to create the best, like, entertainment, basically, for your clients. Or, your clients, your clientele, whatever you want to call it. And whoever has the most points wins at the end of the game, and they become the next, like, control, like the next CEO of the company, because the older one is retiring, and so that's the scenario basically. But it's a pretty fun game. And then I also did attempt to learn Roth. So Roth is like an area control style game. You play as one of, I think, 6 asymmetrical factions. The board, somebody described the board that it looked like a unicorn threw up, and that's kind of what it looks like because all of the pieces are very neon. There's an element of dice rolling, which kind of scares me a little bit because I'm not good with the dice rolling. But yeah, it's I haven't gotten to play it yet. It does have a solo mode. All of the games that I bought this year at Gen Con have a solo mode. I did end up getting rid of a Frenda, or I'm getting rid of a Frenda because I just really don't like it. I played the solo mode, and even with the solo mode, and I was cheating, I still, like, lost the game. So, anyway, and then I did dishes and had a YouTube binge. Thursday, was my friend's birthday, and then, of course, I had another headache. I don't know why I laid that icon down and not laying down. I'm going to lay down these boxes, and then I'm going to lay down the, so, anyway. Yeah, so I need to, I'm going to finish this, and then I have to go out to my friend's house to check on his dog. The friend's birthday was on this week. I have to go do that. I'm like reminding myself basically that I need to do that. So yeah, on this day, my friend's birthday, so Rich's birthday, I've talked about him before. He was one of the guys that I went to Gen Con with, him and Matt, actually. Not my brother Matt, my friend Matt. But I had another headache on this day. I ended up taking another nap just because I wasn't feeling super great again. And then my friend was like, oh, I think we're going to go look at this house in town. It's like, he sent me a link and I was like, oh, that house is right now down the road from us. And he's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, it's in like a really weird area. Because like basically I look down the road and I can see the house. Like it's the road kind of like, so this is my road and then the road, so the house is like here and my house is like here, and you would think like the road would like, no, but the road like curves over, so it's basically on the corner of another intersection, but the road, like my road goes like this and then curves over and goes that way, or I guess it kind of like, I don't know what you would call that, but it, whatever, it does that. And so he was like, I think we're gonna go check it out. And I was like, oh sweet. And so I was outside with my parents, we were eating dinner, and I heard somebody honk, and I turned around and it was them, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then they left, and then they came back, and I got to introduce my mom to my bestie Freya, their dog. So they stopped by and they were talking and stuff like that, and I don't know, I don't think they're gonna be super happy with the house. I don't think they're gonna be I don't think the dog's gonna be super happy with the house, but I know they're trying to move because technically they're not supposed to have the dog, but like, I'm like, you can't tell me he doesn't know. But he was like, I said, have you talked to him about like getting a dog, allowing you to have the dog? And he was like, yeah, he said no. But he's literally paid him like $30,000 in rent. And I'm like, you could have bought a fucking house by now. And he was like, I know. That's why I want to move. Fair enough. Oh, God, what did I do there? Oh. This is the only bad thing about not using underlays. It's like every time I rip something up, I just completely destroy it. Destroy the planner page anyway. On Friday, I don't know why I used this little ghost face, but I did, to mark that I scheduled the interview. And then I had another headache, but I ended up going to Walmart. My mom and I needed something. I don't remember what. And then her and I did paint signs. We were having a garage sale the next week, and so my mom wanted to make some like basically reusable yard signs, so we painted those. I have to hurry up with this video. And then I made some potato salad. Oh, when we went to the IGA the day prior, or the Wednesday, was it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, when we went to the IGA, I ended up getting some loaded potato salad, like loaded baked potato salad. Loaded baked potato salad, whatever. Anyway, my sister ate like half of it. I ate half of it, put it in the fridge. So I had just gotten a little container because it's quite expensive. But I ate about half of it, put it in the fridge, and then my sister, I woke up the next day and I went down to get lunch or whatever, and I was like, where the fuck is my potato salad? No, it's gone. It was gone. So that was cool. But yeah, so anyway, made some potato salad, and then I worked on updating my board game inventory because I hadn't done that in a while. Also, I was running very low on little things and labels and things, so that's why you see so many like random labels. And I probably should have just printed out an extra sheet of little things and just used that, but it is what it is. I'm gonna move this just a tick. There we go. But on this day, my friend was like, I really want to play some of my new games. You should come out. And I was like, okay. Or no, what did we play? Yeah. Yeah, we played... So he had bought a game called Silos, which I actually really wanted. So I was kind of salty about that, but it is what it is. Oh, geez, Louise. That's not gonna work, my friends. Okay. Just shove that right in there. I'm gonna get done with this, and then I'm gonna have to go check on her, because I said I would be out there by 12:30, and it is currently 1 o'clock. We're going on 1 o'clock. Saturday I was in my feelings and I don't remember why. And also I didn't pull stickers. Oh, I hadn't cut. I don't think I'd cut them yet. But now I gotta figure out. I know I had made... Might use those for Super Boss Monster, but I know I made like special stickers for Citizens of the Spark. I try to have, I know this sounds probably a little ridiculous, but I try to have special stickers for all of my board games. There they are. Just because I have the ability to make them, so why not? We played Citizens of the Spark, and then like I said, I'm going to use one of these for Super Boss Monster just because I really don't know what else I would use for that. Did I not pull? Oh, okay, I did. So on Saturday, I took a shower, had a YouTube binge. I was in my feelings. I made brownies. I got Moon Bunny delivered. So Moon Bunny is a game that I backed on Kickstarter. Like I said, I went out to my friend's house because his wife was leaving, going somewhere. And he was just like, you should come out so we can play games. And I was like, okay. So we played Silos. And then, or no, he wasn't leaving. He wanted to play, she wasn't leaving. He wanted to play games for his birthday. That's what it was. There we go. He wanted to play games for his birthday. So he wanted to play like because his wife will play games with him, but not like super heavy games. And so he was just like, I want to play a heavy game. And she was like, well, I don't want to play with you. Invite Chelsea out. So that's what he did. So yeah, but it's okay. I was out there yesterday. He was like, he said something and he was like, well, she's leaving. Do you want to come out here and play games? And I was like, I can if that's what you want. So we ended up playing SETI, S-E-T-I. And then we also ended up playing Dogs with Jobs, which is a game that I also backed on Kickstarter, so I brought that out because his wife was like, oh, I'll play with you. So, because she had left and she came back and she was like, do you want to play? And I was like, I said, do you want to play with us? And she was like, yeah, I'll play with you. So, because she doesn't like super complicated games. She doesn't like heavy games. That's why I was out there playing. That's why I went out there and we played Silos. Although Silos is not a heavy game, so I think she would have been fine playing with it. And she played Citizens of the Spark with us too, so. I'm trying to hurry up and get this done because it's been 20 minutes and I have shit to do. I need to get out there. I'm probably just going to be out there for like an hour or so. I just kind of want to hang out and play with her and stuff, so I know she'll be more than happy to have me out there. But anyways, Sunday played Moon Bunny. I was fighting with Steam. Figured out it's not Steam. It's me. It's my fault. I'm going to pull you guys out so that I can put this back in my planner so I can show you guys the finished spread. All the things. Little sneak peek for next week's spread. It turns out it was my computer. It's not Steam. It's me. But Fight with Steam, played Lego Lord of the Rings because I gave up on what I was trying to play Doom is what I was trying to do. I was actually trying to play it the day before and it wouldn't work. So I tried to uninstall it and re-download it, and my brother was like, yeah, it's not going to work. So I put Fight with Steam, but like I said, it ended up just being my computer. Played Lego Lord of the Rings. I had a YouTube binge and I was just super anxious because the next day I had an interview. So this is everything I had left. I did opt to use the extra color, the gray, which is why I had all of these glitter headers in order to make this little sidebar box, but I just wasn't a fan of that pattern. I usually, if I'm a fan of the extra color, I will pick the color in the kit that I'm not a huge fan of the pattern. So in this case, was not a huge fan of the like cream color, sand colory, whatever you want to call it. So I mean, the sand color was probably important or like an integral part of the kit itself, but there's also the symbols everywhere, and I don't know what any of those mean. I have Dune, the book. I just haven't read it, and I haven't watched the movie, so. Anyways, no Viv Wiggle, because there's no foil. But I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about where anything is from, because I know I kind of got a little distracted here at the end. But yeah, if you guys have any questions over where anything is from, I always leave links to any shops that I can down below. But if you have a specific question over a specific sticker, please let me know, and I will get back with you ASAP. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and until I see you next time, bye-bye.